Good evening. My name is Dr. Walter Q. Scrutiny, International Bureau of Sports Picks Integrity. Last week, a shocking allegation surfaced, a cheating scandal within the Sader Nation Pick'em Challenge. Coach Honig, a respected participant in this competition, accused the show of foul play after the godfather, Mr. Brandenburg, esteemed social studies teacher and occasional winner, mysteriously claimed the top spot in the standings. Now we all know that Mr. Brandenburg has a reputation for playing the long game. One might even say the historic game, but after thorough examination, we found the truth was far less sinister. It was just a simple miscalculation by a single student. This clerical error incorrectly added one win to Mr. Brandenburg's total, temporarily, and I stress temporarily, placing him in the top spot. Upon further review, that win has been rescinded and is updated on the current standings. While Mr. Brandenburg might teach about power grabs in history, he will not rewrite this chapter. Justice has been served. The Commission now considers this matter closed. We thank you for your patience as we continue to uphold the noble tradition of the Sader Nation Pick'em Challenge. Now, without further delay, let the games begin.
Sadermedia Pick'em. Today we have a special guest, Miss Rylan Reeder.
How's it going?
She is an alumni. She graduated from Concordia. You want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I graduated from Concordia in 2020, COVID year. 2 graduations. It was something. From there, I went straight into A&M. Graduated class of 24. Hey, whoop! Got a degree in aerospace engineering, and now I'm working at a software company.
Wow. Impressive resume there.
She's here to show us up.
I know.
Oh, I'm winning.
I mean, I don't know about her ball knowledge, but she seems like a smart lady.
Definitely.
How's everyone's Thanksgiving break going? What you guys been up to?
A little bit of basketball, a little bit of golf.
Brandenburg?
A little bit of basketball, a little bit of working in the yard, and a lot of time with the grandkids. So hopefully that'll continue.
I'm technically still working. I'm supposed to be working right now.
Oh.
It's
We
fine.
won't tell.
Yeah, we won't tell. Thank you
Blocked
for
off my
joining us.
calendar.
Camera.
Yeah, let's get into last week's recap of the games.
Hey, before we do that, though, I just want to make a point here. If you check the video last week, I agreed with Coach Honig on the fact that there was a miscalculation. And I want to stress that temporary, right? I'm temporarily not in first place. So just want to clear that.
All right. Well, maybe.
But I did agree with him.
There was something going on where you guys were trying to boost both of your standings by one. I don't know what's going on there. I mean,
Check the video, never said that. Once again.
you both agreed that he should have one extra win,
Absolutely.
and I don't know. It's all
Honest mistake.
I
Honest
mean-
mistake. I'm glad we got that straightened out, though.
Yeah, I bet you are. All right, let's take a look at last week's games. UNLV at San Jose State. Pretty interesting game. UNLV coming out on top. You guys see that game?
I did. I watched that game. That was closer than I thought it was going to be.
It was tough for me to watch the games this week. I was a little busy, but I tuned in when I could. Boise State, Wyoming. That was a closer game. Wyoming they were tied at one point. I know, right? Yeah, and then Boise State. Boise State does that a lot, though. You know, they come in last second and take the win, I feel like third, fourth quarter. Moving on, Colorado State, Fresno State. This was a game, I think most people picked Colorado State.
Except for Honig. Honig got that one.
Coach Honig, right?
That was a good pick.
Bulldogs.
That was a good pick. I was a little confused when he took the pick. I was like, That was like one game I really thought Colorado was going to win.
Yeah, Fresno State lost to Air Force
I know.
week before, or they had a bye week, but then, yeah.
I picked wrong on plenty others, though.
Yes, you did.
But not this one.
Not this one. Yeah, Army getting crushed by Notre Dame. And I said, I mean, if Notre Dame can go up early and just take the lead early, they're going to win in a blowout. And that's kind of what happened. They went up early, 14-0 in the first quarter, and they never looked back.
Notre Dame's tough. They got that one blemish. Was it Northern Illinois? They're one of the hottest teams going right now.
For sure. Makes it tough that they're not in the conference, though, you know? I mean, moving on, Wake Forest, Miami. Miami with pretty big blowout win. I think Cody Couture picked Wake Forest to win.
He did.
That was a interesting pick there. Miami does still have the weakest schedule in the country. They haven't played a team over or beat a team over 500 yet, I believe. Yeah. Is that right?
Pretty weak schedule up to this point.
SMU crushing Virginia. I mean, I think some people thought that might be a little bit closer, but
yeah, I did. Last week I asked the question: is SMU for real? And evidently they are.
Yeah, I think they're for real. So, Indiana, Ohio State. This one we were split. We were split down the middle, actually, right? I think so. 2 people picked Indiana, 2 people picked Ohio State.
Hanik, who'd you pick?
I picked Indiana, and that little muffed punt, I believe, did them in.
Yeah, it went downhill pretty quick after that.
Yeah. Who'd you pick, Coach Brandenburg?
Ohio State, Buckeyes.
Okay. I think Cody picked Indiana then. Yeah, I picked Ohio State. Ohio State, I mean, they're not messing around. Pretty marginal win there against Indiana.
Got the big game this week at Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Penn State, Minnesota. I picked Minnesota, and I really thought they had a fake punt. And
that was a call for the ages in your own backyard, and a fake punt. And then Minnesota never got the ball back after that, I believe. Man, history almost repeated itself.
If Minnesota could have won that game, that would have been crazy. Moving on, BYU, Arizona State. We also went split down the middle. 2 picked BYU, 2 picked Arizona State. I'm not too hot on BYU, honestly. I don't think they're legit, man.
Cardiac Cougs, they played to the very end, and this one wasn't in their favor. Arizona State's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely up there on a roll. Colorado, Kansas. I think only one person picked Colorado. Kansas is on a roll. Definitely one of the hottest teams right now in college football.
Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk. I know we're not picking them this week, but I picked them last week. I got 3 reasons. My daughter lives in Kansas. My son went to Kansas, and one of my best friends is an All-American high jumper from back in the day. So Rock, Chalk, Jayhawk. They have to win this week, beat Baylor to be bowl eligible, and I think they're going to do it.
No, I think they will too. I had picked Kansas too, but because you picked ahead of me, I went Colorado.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
You would have flipped it if it would have been the other way around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next up, Iowa State, Utah. This was a bit of a closer game than it probably should have been. I'm pretty high on Iowa State, though. I think they're a solid team. Utah hates the Big 12 is what I'm hearing.
I had Utah picked to win this one.
You did?
Yeah, almost had it.
Ooh.
Iowa State is an anomaly this year. You just never know. They're still in it, though. It just seems like they should have more than, what do they only have 2 losses? Or they have 3. I can't remember. Anyway, they seem like it's always a tough sledding for them. Mm-hmm. They make it hard on themselves.
Ooh, looking at this Ole Miss-Florida game, I mean.
Oh, that was it.
Ole Miss, come on. I think Cody picked Florida, and we were texting over the weekend. He was hyped when Florida won. He was like,
"That's good."
Another team is playing very well at this point.
Yeah, Florida. I mean, beating LSU, Ole Miss.
Did you see Lane Kiffin after the game in his press conference?
I don't think so.
He was practically in tears. He was really. I mean, that game really hurt them.
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm still high on Ole Miss though. I think they're a good team.
Yeah.
I think it was a hiccup. Kentucky, at Texas. Texas, number 3 team in the country. I mean, that's a game they should win.
Texas is legit.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think Rylan agrees.
I don't.
Oh, that's an Aggie.
Yeah, I think we know what she's picking when we get to that Texas A&M game.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Ooh, number 7, Alabama, Oklahoma. What happened there? I mean, holding Alabama to 3 points is just as impressive as it gets, you know. Crazy game for Oklahoma.
That was.
Yeah. Next up, Texas A&M, losing to Auburn.
Heartbreaking.
Did you go to that game?
No, I stayed up late watching it.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking, truly.
Yeah. 4 overtimes?
4 overtimes. And to miss that catch
Yeah, it was right there.
in his hands.
Yeah. Tough to watch. I picked A&M, so I mean.
I was willing to concede. I think I said Army losing to Notre Dame, but those Southeast Conference games, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma, Auburn, all winning just killed me. And I noticed that all the home teams won in those games. So that's something to think
It's
about,
going to play effect in your picks this week?
It was in the back of my head. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, next up, we got the standings. So let's take a look.
Now for the Week 14 standings. In 4th place is Coach Honeck. Win percentage at 67%. He went 7-8 this week. Overall record of 54-27 and has an episode win. He has the highest episode win total with 17. He's a 3-time last place episode picker. He's rumored to have called the IBSPI. In 3rd place, JJ Judge Jensen with a win percentage at 69%. He went 8-7 this week with an overall record of 56-25. He has 0 episode wins. He does trust the picks of the people while helping produce show content. He still owes Luke Douglas $100,000, and we are never sure if he's going to show up on film day. In 2nd place is the Godfather, Coach Brandenburg. His win percentage is at 74%. He went 10-5 this week with an overall record of 60-21. It was adjusted. He does have 2 episode wins. He's been an episode top picker 3 times, including 1 tie. He's never finished dead last on an episode. He is currently on the IBSPI watch list. And in 1st place, your host, JT John. His win percentage is 75%. He went 10-5 this week. He's one up on the Godfather with a 61-20 overall record and owns 1 episode win. He does have 1 dead last place earlier in the year. Recently went 16-1 and is currently on a 26-6 run. He may also be connected to the IBSPI investigation. There's your Week 14 standings.
Man, looking back on those standings coming up to this week, that cheat pick you kind of had trying to throw your win in there is what gave me the 1st overall place.
I've been exonerated for that. That was a clerical error. There was nothing under the table there.
I mean, you were convinced.
It is impressive. I'll give that to you. Their 16-1 record. That was, and we talked about the one game you lost with South Alabama, Louisiana. You almost went undefeated. So
yeah, that would have been crazy. But
we'll see what happens this week.
Sadly, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, the IBSPI. What's going on there? I don't want to be tied into any allegations with that. I mean, I didn't do anything. I'm not guilty.
Another bureaucracy.
As long as you're ahead of me, you'll be tied in.
Man. Next up, playoff rankings. Let's take a look at that. And we're not going to look at the college football playoff picture quite yet because, I mean, we don't even know where that's going to go after last week. But Oregon staying in first for, what was it? It's been like 6 weeks now? I mean, they've been up there for a while. We got some heavy movement. Colorado jumping to 25. Who else? Ole Miss dropping. Ohio State and Texas still staying up there. What do you guys think?
I look at Arizona State jumping in there, Brigham Young dropping. I think Colorado's problem is they just don't have enough beef on the offensive or defensive lines. They're just too much flash.
Yeah. And what do you guys think about the Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter kind of debate going on here? What do you guys think?
Well, I think either one's going to be deserving, but I'll tell you, I see at least 4 to 5 teams I believe are better than Boise State.
Really?
Yep.
Go ahead and listen. Who do you think is better than Boise State?
I think Alabama, Ole Miss, South Carolina, A&M. There might be more than that. I think Arizona State. I'd love to see a Tulane Boise State game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Tulane's good. They're a well-coached team.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the hottest teams right now, Kansas, Jayhawks, Arizona State, they were in there. South Carolina, I don't think anybody wants to play the Gamecocks right now. They're legit.
No.
Notre Dame and SMU. Those are some hot teams.
Yeah.
They're peaking at the right time.
Moving on, group of 5 in the hunt. Let's take a look. We got some solid teams, Notre Dame, Boise State, UNLV, Army, and Tulane competing for the top spot there. Notre Dame can't get that bye. It's tough. They're going to have to join a conference next year for sure if they want to be competitive. Boise State, bunch of controversy there. I mean, do they deserve to be number 12? They haven't played a ranked opponent besides Oregon, I believe. Is that right? And, I mean, that was a good game, but some people think Boise State shouldn't be up there, obviously, as you could tell.
That was their only loss, and it was a close game.
I mean, I think Boise State's a good team. I do think they're kind of one-dimensional with Ashton Genty, though. I think if they lose him, it's over, you know?
Army's the sentimental pick there. You got to be pulling for the Black Knights of the Hudson.
Yeah, I was going for them, but, I mean, Notre Dame is just too good, I think. UNLV and Tulane looking to maybe make a late comeback there. I mean, I don't know what they can really do. Let's get into our picks. First game. Let me flip my paper. We got Nevada at number 21, UNLV. Coach Brandenburg will start us off.
I'm going running Rebels. They're coming off a win against San Jose State, so I think they're going to continue to roll. I got UNLV in this one.
Rylan?
I'm going to take UNLV. Nevada's 0-6 in conference. I don't see them winning this game.
Yeah. Coach Honig, you agree with them?
That sounds pretty smart to me. UNLV.
Ooh, yeah, I'm going UNLV. I mean, they're pushing for the Mountain West title game. They're looking to play Boise State in that. Going to be exciting, you know. Next up, we got Oregon State at number 11, Boise State. Coach Honig, you don't like Boise State. You going to go with them?
No, I didn't never say I'd like them. In fact, I keep saying I'll take my boys every week. I don't know if you said that. I just think there's teams that are better than them up there. With that being said, Boise State.
Rylan?
Boise State. Oregon State is not, they're not it.
Yeah. Coach Brandenburg?
Yeah, Coach Honig last week said that Boise State's going to get nipped one of these weeks, and I agree, but I don't think it's going to be this week. I'm going Broncos.
Yeah. I almost thought you were going to go Oregon State there.
No.
Oof. Yeah, I'm going blowout win for Boise State. I mean, I don't think Oregon State stands a chance. All right. I mean, they're just not the better team. Moving on. Let's look at the ACC in the hunt. Oh, no. My bad. Memphis at number 20, Tulane. Coach Brandenburg, what do you got?
I got Tulane, the Green Wave. They're really a fun team to watch. They're well coached. They play the game the right way. I got Tulane big in this one, actually.
Coach Honig?
Yeah, I like Tulane.
Yeah. Rylan?
I'm taking Tulane.
Yeah, I got to go Tulane. I do think Memphis is a little underrated, though. I think they could keep it close for a good majority of the game. I think Tulane has a strong defense, though. I think that's what can hold off Memphis from taking over. Moving on, we got UTSA at number 19, Army. Army coming off that loss to Notre Dame. I mean, do they have a shot at the college football playoffs? Coach Brandenburg, what do you think?
Yeah, this one's going to be back at Mikey Stadium, so the friendly confines up there on the Hudson for the Army Black Knights. I got Army winning big in this one. They're going to control the line of scrimmage and get their running attack going, get things back on track. I got Army.
Yeah, Rylan?
I'm going to take Army.
Yeah. Coach Honick, you agreeing with the group?
Oh, I think I should, but I'm not going to. I
Wow.
like playing golf up around San Antonio area.
Wow.
Stay a lot right there by UTSA, so I'm going to go with them.
Yeah. I mean, I think Army going into that game last week was on their high horse. They thought they had a shot at beating Notre Dame for sure. And then they lost, and they lost by a lot. And I think that affects them going into this week. I think they lose to UTSA. I'm going UTSA winning at Army, and I think Army just...
You're going against Captain America. You know that, right?
I know, but, I mean, I just think he's in a bad mental state right now. You know, it's tough coming off that loss to Notre Dame. And
he's a Texas boy.
Moving on. Moving on. We'll see. I mean, we'll see where it goes. I think Army should win, but UTSA, I think they're going to end up winning. All right, next up, we're taking a look at number 6 Notre Dame at USC. Coach Brandenburg, who you got?
I said earlier that Notre Dame fell in the category of one of the hottest teams in college football right now. So I got, even though they're going out to SoCal, and this is, we've said, this is a rivalry game again. But I got Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, going to take this one.
Yeah. Riley?
Notre Dame's been hot this year. I don't see them losing this game. They've got the win.
Yeah. Coach Honick?
Every year, this is a fun game to watch, and I love Notre Dame. Not so big on California teams, so let's go Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame, 6 games in a row with 14 or less points allowed. That's a pretty impressive stat in college football nowadays. I mean, offensive-heavy era we're in. I think this should be a blowout, honestly, for Notre Dame. I don't know why they're only favored by 7.5. That's kind of crazy to me. It looks like they think USC is going to keep it close, but I think Notre Dame's winning a blowout. ACC teams in the hunt. SMU, Clemson, Miami. Some solid teams. I mean, they're looking, SMU, looking to make the playoffs. Miami looking to stay up there. What do you guys think of the ACC?
I love SMU.
I do as well.
Yeah.
They're having a magical season. You know, that Clemson-South Carolina game, that's a non-conference game. You know, that's a rivalry game, both in the state of South Carolina. So you got the SEC playing the ACC, so that's going to a little bit added kind of drama, I guess.
My son has to get back to work by Saturday because his entire staff is going to that game.
Really? That's going to be a great game.
Wow.
That always is.
Yeah. All right. South Carolina, Clemson. Coach Brandenburg, what do you got?
This was a tough game for me. I mentioned earlier that South Carolina is one of the hottest teams in college football right now. Mm-hmm. And Clemson isn't too far behind. Dabo Swinney's righting the ship, but I got Gamecocks in this one.
Uh-huh. Rylan?
I'm going to take South Carolina. They've been hot. They're not a team I would want to play right now.
Yeah. Coach Honick?
I want to say South Carolina. He always ruins my good picks. I'm going to say South Carolina.
Yeah. I think they're both talented teams. I mean, they're both great. I think South Carolina has a bit of a more impressive schedule. I think they're the better team, honestly. I think South Carolina wins it at home against number 12 Clemson. Next up, we got number 8 Miami at Syracuse. Ooh, Syracuse. Coach Brandenburg, what do you think?
Sorry, Johnny. I'm going with the Hurricanes in this one. I know you're a diehard Orange fan, but I got Miami.
Yeah, big Syracuse fan. Rylan?
I'm taking Miami.
Wow. Okay. Coach Honick?
Well, I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
I'm going to go Miami, though. I know you're not.
Oh, no.
Come on, don't be scared.
I'm going Syracuse, obviously.
Go.
Huge Syracuse fan. I mean, I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. Syracuse is playing at home. Miami's going to have to travel all the way up there. It's going to be cold. I was just in Philadelphia. It was freezing. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Yeah, but I mean,
Period.
I'm pulling for Syracuse to win it.
Even warm.
Moving on, California at number 13 SMU. Coach Honick, you got SMU?
I was not picking a Texas team over California. Are you kidding me? Always Texas, SMU.
Texas.
Yep. Rylan?
I'm going to take SMU. They're really fighting for that spot right now. And
yeah. Coach Brandenburg?
Pony up, Mustangs.
Mm-hmm. I think with the big win here, I mean, SMU shows they should be in the playoffs. I think SMU's going to take it. I think they're a well-rounded team. I think they're going to make a deep playoff run. Moving on. All 4 for SMU again. We got the Big Ten Conference. Teams still in the hunt. And this is a solid conference. Some would say they're not legitimate, though. I mean, a few teams with just not the strongest schedules. Indiana and Penn State, I think. What do you think?
I think all 4 teams have a chance to make impact. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, Indiana coming off that big loss to Ohio State, and I just don't think they're the team. I don't think they're that good, you know.
Look at that, 1 through 5 out of the top 4 there.
Yeah. Strong conference, though, I mean.
Well, when you compare conferences, you know, the Southeast Conference, the ACC, and the Big Ten, you know, I don't know. I think the other 2 conferences are above the Big Ten. It's kind of
I agree.
interesting that they've got 4 teams ranked that high. I don't know, strength of schedule, I don't think it can compare with some of the SEC or ACC teams. But this weekend's going to straighten that out, I think.
I completely agree. Next up, we got Michigan at number 2, Ohio State. Coach Brandenburg, who are you going with here?
Man, this is a big-time rivalry game. It's one of the greatest traditions in all of college sports. This is too much at stake for Ohio State, and they're playing at home, so I got the Buckeyes.
Yep. Rylan?
I'm taking Ohio State. I don't think Michigan can do an upset on the road.
Yeah. Coach Honick?
It'll be an awesome game to be at. Atmosphere will be awesome, but I have to go Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan just came off that blowout win over Northwestern. I don't think they can keep it up, though. I think Ohio State wins at home, and I think I'm really high on Ohio State as well. I mean, they're a solid team, so blowout win at home over Michigan.
And lately, their special teams have been the difference in their games.
Moving on, Maryland at number 4, Penn State. Coach Honick.
I'm going to go with Penn State.
Yeah, right pick. Rylan?
Penn State.
Yeah. Coach Brandenburg?
Nittany Lions at home.
Yeah, I'm going to go Penn State, but I don't think they're as good as people think. I think they shouldn't be number 4. I mean, not the strongest schedule. They've only beaten one ranked opponent in Illinois. I mean, I think Maryland could keep it close for sure, though.
Yeah, this could be a trap game. Sometimes Maryland sneaks up on people.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know Penn State looking for that win, but I think it's a close game, but they're going to win. Penn State's going to win. I think I don't think they're going to make it far in the playoffs. Moving on, Purdue at number 5, Indiana. Coach Brandenburg, who you got?
I'm going Hoosiers. Indiana, bounce back game. And Purdue's just having a tough season, so I got the Hoosiers in this one.
Yeah. Rylan?
Indiana.
Coach Honick, you agree?
Hard to go against a team that's favored by almost 30 points, so Indiana.
Yeah. Minus 20.5. Ooh. Purdue is just not a good football team. I mean, sorry, but Indiana's winning at home. Moving on, let's take a look at the Big 12 teams in the hunt. Up there we got Arizona State, BYU, Iowa State, Colorado. Bunch of teams just outside that college football playoff picture. I mean, they have a pretty solid group of teams there. What do you guys think?
I look at that, and there's 2 teams that are sliding and 2 teams on the uprise. Arizona State and Iowa State, I think, are peaking, and Brigham Young and Colorado are not. So, I don't know, that's what I initially look at. I think Brigham Young is a little overrated. Talked about Colorado earlier. I just don't think they have the defense and offensive lines to compete with the big boys.
Yeah. Colorado was on that roll. What was it, like 5 wins in a row, and then they lost last week to Kansas. I mean, you think they're falling off here?
Rock shot.
I do believe so.
Yeah, I think so too. And then BYU, I mean, I think they're falling off too. I don't think they're as good as everyone says. Iowa State and Arizona State, though, I mean, those are solid teams. I think they could definitely be ranked a little bit higher. Let's take a look at the picks. Yeah. 9 teams that are eligible for the conference championship.
The Big 12's up for grabs.
Yeah, Kansas State, Texas Tech, West Virginia. I mean, Kansas State is a solid team there, I think. I think
Look at Baylor sneaking in.
Yeah.
That Baylor-Kansas game is going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild.
Moving on. Oklahoma State at number 16, Colorado. I know we just said Colorado is kind of dying down here at the end of the season. What do you think, Coach Brandenburg?
I think this is a get-right game for Colorado. The Buffaloes are going to take this one. Oklahoma State, I hope Mike Gundy can hold on to his job. He's had a pretty rough year. I really like him, but I got Colorado in this one.
Yeah. Rylan, you got Colorado?
I do have Colorado. Oklahoma State's 0-8 in conference. I don't see them winning this game.
Yeah. Coach Honick, you going Colorado?
Common sense says Colorado. I don't.
Oh, man. Switching it up.
I like it.
Yeah, Colorado's coming off that tough loss, obviously, to Kansas. I think they bounce back this game, though. I think they win big. I think they beat Oklahoma State at home, and I don't think they make the playoffs, though. I think they're out of that. Moving on, we got number 21 Arizona State at Arizona. Coach Honick, you got Arizona State or Arizona?
No, I've been kind of slow in Arizona State, and they've paid me dearly, so I'm on board now, Arizona State.
Mm-hmm. Rylan?
Arizona State.
Yep. Coach Brandenburg, you agree with that?
I'm on that Sun Devil bandwagon. Those guys are fun to watch. It's they were picked last in the conference, and man, I guess you credit a great coaching job there. But Arizona State's peaking at the right time. I got Sun Devils.
For sure. Arizona State gonna have to make a long travel there to Arizona. Yeah, no,
it is a rivalry game.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
I think Arizona will keep it close, though. I think they'll definitely keep it close. I think they'll end up losing, though, to Arizona State. Arizona State's just too hot right now. I'm a big Arizona State fan, so. Yep. Moving on. Kansas State at number 22, Iowa State. Another solid team, Iowa State, making a run in the later half of the year. Coach Brandenburg, what do you think?
Yeah, this one is a tough one. This is a rivalry game again. It is rivalry weekend, but I'm going Cyclones in this one. There's too much at stake for them.
Oh. Yeah, for sure. Rylan?
I'm going Iowa State. They got home field. They're ranked. They've got this game.
Yeah. Coach Honick?
Early in the year, I pulled a Kansas State upset. I don't forget who they played, but I think I'm going to get them again, Kansas State.
Yeah. That's not a bad pick, honestly. I kind of like it. I think, Iowa State's only favored by 2.5. I think it's definitely going to be a close game. I think Kansas State's offense is well-rounded, and that's why I'm going to go Kansas State winning this one on the road over Iowa State. So I feel like Coach Honick and I kind of pick the same upsets each week. I don't know. I've kind of been noticing it a little bit.
Seems like you've done a little better lately.
I don't know about that. You're in last place. But, yeah.
That's my point.
And moving on, Houston at number 14, BYU. Coach Honick, you got BYU or Houston?
Man, my heart, I want U of H to win this thing. We had a good basketball game last night. Let's see here. I'm going to say BYU.
Oof. Not picking the Texas team, I see.
Hurts.
What happened to that?
I don't want to lose.
All right. Coach Brandenburg?
This is Battle of the Cougars. Honick, I'm gonna do you a favor here. I'm gonna go Houston.
Wow.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just go with the Texas team.
Yeah, I like the pick, Rylan.
I'm going BYU.
Yeah, I'm going BYU as well. They're coming off the 2-game losing streak. I think they bounce back this week though and beat Houston. I don't think they're number 14 in the country though. Honestly, I think they're a bit overrated.
Be one of those games where if I lose it, I'm still happy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Moving on to the SEC, some teams in the hunt: Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, A&M, South Carolina. Some solid teams there.
All very strong teams.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, don't go to sleep on Tennessee.
Yeah.
And South Carolina. We already talked about them.
Don't go to sleep on A&M.
Right.
I think they're still a solid team, and when we get to the pick, Texas A&M game of the week for sure. We'll see what everyone goes with, but I think that's going to be a good game. So let's start. Let's start with the picks.
Yeah,
gotta,
that was a good one. You're spontaneous.
All right, next up, we got Mississippi State at number 9, Ole Miss. Coach Brandenburg, what do you think?
Yeah, Ole Miss coming off that tough loss to Florida. Lane Kiffin, again, really hit him hard. I think he's going to right the ship this week, and I think Ole Miss is going to take this one in a rivalry game. Last year's score was 17-7, close game, but I think Ole Miss has got this one.
Yeah. Rylan?
No, I agree with everything you said. I think Ole Miss has got it.
Yeah. Coach Heineke, you agree, Ole Miss?
Yeah, you guys ever been in trouble by your grandma? You don't mess with Ole Miss when they're mad. Ole Miss it is.
Yeah, coming off that tough loss to Florida. I mean, I think they're a top 8 team in the country still, though. I think they're a very good team. I think that was kind of just a setback. No, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it was a wrench in their plan. You know, I don't think it was a game they should have lost. And I think they're going to come back. I think they're going to beat Mississippi State at home. And I think they're going to stay in the college football playoffs.
Yeah, two of the wins that Mississippi has is Georgia and South Carolina. So those are big wins on their side of the ledger. So
yeah. Moving on to the next game, we got Georgia Tech at number 10, Georgia. Coach Honick, you going Georgia Tech or Georgia?
Well, about 9 years old, my dad took me this game, and then we went to eat the varsity afterwards, and it was a really cool day, and I got to watch Herschel Walker do his thing back in college. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
With that being said, I really have a heart for Georgia Tech, but I got to go with Georgia in this one.
Yeah. When did you say you went to that game?
Like 9 or 10 years old.
Oh, so like 1800s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty old.
Yeah. Oof.
Georgia, as old as what Herschel Walker. Be nice to that guy. He's pretty good.
Ryan, what do you think?
I'm taking Georgia.
Yeah. Coach Brandenburg?
yeah, I love the Herschel Walker reference. One of the greatest running backs ever. This game is Friday night. It is, again, I keep saying it, it's a rivalry game, so anything can happen. Georgia Tech's been up and down, but I got the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I got Georgia.
I think Georgia is honestly a top 3 team in the country. I mean, they've beaten 3 ranked opponents, combined score 95-35. So, I mean, over ranked opponents. That's pretty impressive, I think. I'm taking Georgia at home, beating Georgia Tech.
Yes.
But, yeah, Georgia Tech did beat Miami. I mean, I think that was kind of a flaw for Miami. But we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Could definitely be a close game. I think it's going to be closer than the lines are projecting it to be.
Georgia Tech could be a spoiler, for sure.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a fun game to watch. Next up, we got Auburn at number 7, Alabama. Coach Brandenburg, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I mentioned this as one of the three games that were hard for me to pick. Auburn really impressed me. They rallied around their coach last week and took it to A&M. But this one's at home at Alabama. Last year's game was 27-24.
Yeah.
Alabama won by 3. Close game. I'm going Alabama to bounce back.
Yeah.
Crimson Tide.
Rylan, you going Alabama?
I don't know. I kept going back and forth on this one too.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm actually going to go Auburn.
Yeah.
They're coming off a good win.
Uh-huh.
I
like the pick. I do like it. Coach Honick?
She's doing that from her heart because she wants to credit that loss for A&M a little bit more, which I understand because I'm doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Alabama.
I thought you were going to Auburn there.
I know. It was a teeter-totter.
Yeah.
I teetered.
I feel like you kind of switched up last minute there on yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going Alabama. I mean, Auburn coming off that crazy game with A&M. I think A&M should have won that game. I think Auburn keeps it interesting in this first half, though. You know, I think it's a good game going into that third quarter, and that's when Alabama kind of pulls away, shows that they're the number 7 team in the country. And I think they end up winning by more than what it should be, because I think they're going to score some garbage time points. I think it's going to be a close game. Moving on, game of the week for sure. Number 3, Texas at number 15, Texas A&M. Coach Brandenburg, what do you think?
Wow, what a game! I'm so happy that this game is back on the schedule after I don't know how many years that they did not play each other. But even though the Aggies it's in my heart, right? I want to pick them. I think UT's got too much talent for the Aggies, and I got the Longhorns.
Yeah,
taking this one.
I was so hoping that we get this game and A&M, and they had not lost last week.
Right.
I think it would have been a really interesting game to watch. Still going to be. And I love to see this game being played again, especially with it meaning something. But I believe in this one. Again, I'm kind of on Brandenburg side there. My heart goes A&M. My brain says Texas in this game, though.
What are you going with? You're going Texas?
Texas it is.
Yeah. Rylan?
There is a lot on the line for this game.
Uh-huh.
I'm going A&M. It is very hard to play in Kyle Field at night. Spent the past 4 years, made it to all but 2 home games.
Wow.
One of them that I regret not going to is the A&M Alabama game, where A&M won. And I just need to be in College Station for this game to say I was there for a big upset.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, A&M coming off that tough loss to Auburn. I mean, tough. I think they're fired up though after that win. I think Texas is very overrated. I'm going A&M to win at home. I think they're going to beat Texas, and I think Texas A&M is actually the better team.
Yeah, I don't think Texas is overrated, but I'm not surprised if A&M wins this game.
Yeah, I mean, should be a good game though.
Should be.
Yeah,
It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy in College Station if they win.
Yeah. Another goalpost coming down, throwing it in the
For
lake or
sure.
something.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun. All right, thank you guys for tuning in.
Rock Chalk,
Thank you guys for showing up.
Mark Hansen.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Rylan,
Happy
thank you
Thanks, y'all.
for filling in for us. Go
Bulldogs.
Syracuse.
Did a
Go
great job.
Syracuse. Have a good Thanksgiving break. See you guys all next week with our picks.